Hey guys, Rob Shuka here with 3 Storm Fitness, and I'm being super lazy today. I'm in my gym. I don't really even have to be. I'm not doing anything, so to speak. But this bench is comfortable. This is Vulcan Prime 3x3. Pretty solid bench. I'm about due for a one year after review. Anyways, I want to talk to you today about one of my favorite bang for the buck self-improvement exercises. And it's not physical, it's not fitness related, but it does have ties. And I hope you don't think I'm just reaching here. I guess I don't care. But you know, if you're all screwed up in the head, so to speak, if you have anxiety issues, stress issues, depression, whatever it is, which most of us do. And I'm not saying, by the way, that what we're about to cover is going to cure any of those things. But it's a good first step in the right direction, I think. I've experienced all 3 of those things in varying degrees. And anyways, this has helped me significantly. And it's nothing new. I did a quick Google to see, usually I like to see if anybody's ever talked about what I'm going to talk about. I didn't watch any of the videos, but it's called a brain dump, and I didn't make it up. I just love it. I think it's the greatest thing ever. I'm sorry if I've talked about it before. I'm losing track of what I've been talking about in my videos, but the brain dump is just it's a mental exercise that if you're like me and you have trouble sleeping at night sometimes, I sleep a lot better than I ever did, which is odd because I have more going on in my life than I ever have. I think I'm just flat out tired. If you ever read the book How to Stop Worrying and Start Living by Dale Carnegie, it's an old book. It's an old book, but that's a great one. I think this might have even come, a version of this exercise might have even come from that book. Not saying he invented it, but it jives, at the very least, it jives pretty well with the book. I'm sure old Dale would have given it a thumbs up. But what you do is, there's multiple ways to do this. Some people like to really doll it up and add different levels of complexity, and I don't mean that to knock their style, but for me, I try to do it at the most basic possible level, and that is you grab a piece of paper. Although I usually use a computer just because I can type faster and I can't read my handwriting, and it's nice to save it. But if you want to use a pen and a piece of paper, go for it. All you do is you just write down everything that's on your mind. That's literally all you do. You write down everything that's on your mind until there aren't any thoughts coming to your head anymore. And this, before I kind of elaborate a little more on that, it really doesn't need any more explanation, but I'll give one anyway. I'll just give you an example. And I talk about this, and I'm not honestly, I didn't intend to plug that habit product I made, but this is a spoiler alert. If you ever enroll in that course, day 1 we don't do anything except this right here. Just get your mind right. And I talk about this in that video course. An example where I couldn't sleep at night. One night, there's a million nights I couldn't sleep, but this is one in particular. I got back from vacation, which often sucks because you come back, the whole whatever the cliche is that you need a vacation for your vacation or whatever. You come back from vacation and everything that built up is now on your desk, and a million other things. And I was thinking about 50 things that I had to do that I didn't know how I was going to do. And I just got up in the middle of the night. I heard about this brain dump. I heard Jim Smith talking about it, and the Dale Carnegie thing, and a couple other people. I've heard it before several different times. I'm like, screw it, I'm going to try it because it's 3 in the morning. I'm not doing myself any favors sitting here and sulking. And I got on the computer. I use Evernote a lot. Evernote. It doesn't matter what you use. Again, pen and paper is fine. And I just started going. I just typed out how am I going to deploy the iPads to the orthopedics department. Okay, or that was like one thing that was on my mind. Following up with clients on such and such. What am I eating for breakfast right now? I'm kind of hungry right now. Hey, I sort of got to take a dump, and it's 3:30 in the morning. But like, all over the place. I'd like to own a hockey team someday. I don't know anything about hockey, learn about hockey. You know, like, I just took everything that was in my head as it came to my head, stream of consciousness, and just throw it on there. Spelling doesn't matter, order doesn't matter, relevance to anything in your life, whether or not you've ever thought of it before, write it down, you get it all out. And for me, I still have the original the first time I ever did this, but I don't know exactly what it is. I could check. You don't care. But for me, I think it was like 150 things, maybe 175 things, and most of them came out within like the first 30 seconds. And then it was like a slow drip after that. And I think that's the way I heard, I think Jim Smith, again, I think he explained it when he does this. And eventually you're done. Everything's out of your head, and now it's right in front of you. But I've had like 175 things. It was crazy. And I was telling my sister-in-law, Jamie, about it. And she's like, oh, wow, 175. And then she did it. And she had like 1,200 or something. Like 1,200 items just blew out of her face on a piece of paper. And carrying around a thought cloud of just word salad in your head, because that's really what it is. It's very hard for the human mind to focus on. It's impossible to focus on multiple things at once. Like, true multitasking is actually an impossibility, at least the last I checked. And your mind does not do a very good job of organizing those thoughts. And your mind works against you. You start panicking. For me, I don't know how you are, but when you have some sort of worry, some sort of anxiety, something you're trying to figure out, some problem, every other problem I have immediately comes to light. It's like, holy crap, I'm screwed. Like, my world's crashing down on me. So I use something like this. We're not even doing anything with this list. Whatever this, I just have a piece of paper, it's just a prop. We're not doing anything with it. You can do something with it, like you probably should, but just for this exercise, just get it out on paper. Get it out of your head. That way, if you do want to do something with it, you can look at these things one at a time. You can organize them however you want to organize them. You can just ball it up and throw it away. Whatever you want to do with it, it's so much easier to grapple with it on paper or on your computer than in here. It's just like, it's like Minority Report. You just take these problems and you shift them around. You can't do that crap in your head. Another thing, even if you aren't going to do anything with it, it's something so, if you've never done it before, there's something just so refreshing about having that out of your mind. Even if you have nothing done on the list that you just could produce, you might have 1,200 different things on there that you got to get done. And it doesn't have to be things you want to get done. It could be like, I really like this red shirt I'm wearing. It doesn't matter. It's all clouding your brain. Get it out. It's just it's like a purge. You can do it every 2 weeks. I say I do it every 2 weeks. I probably really do it like every 4 months. But I need to do it every 2 weeks, and I feel fantastic. Every time I do it, I think, man, why don't I do this more often? And it's just great. So, again, I'm not the first person to talk about it, but if you haven't heard of it, give it a shot. If you're out nothing, it takes probably, I bet my wife probably has a list of like 9 things. Not because she's like simple or anything, but she's just so much more focused and targeted and knows what's going on than I do. Whether it's 9 things or 1,200 things, it'll probably take you 10 minutes, max. Maybe 30, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds. Give it a shot though, you're gonna benefit from it. If you don't benefit from it, don't ever do it again, okay? And you can give this video a thumbs down if you want. I don't care, but I think you should try it. I think it will at least make your night better, at least help you get to sleep. So give it a shot, and if you got any other good thought exercises like this, I'd love to hear them. I love this kind of thing. I'm always up for improving myself and lowering stress and helping other people out as well. So subscribe to this channel and have a great day. Thanks, guys.